Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a weekly message from Jesus. It's very nice to be back. It's great to be able to bring you the words of our Lord. Last week we had a technical glitch, and half of our message only came through, so I hope we do better this week. I guess that's a product of having to set up all my equipment. I probably didn't do something correct, but anyway, our Father's here, so let us begin. Hello, everyone. Yes, last week is actually a good example. Not that I wanted my message to be cut short, but it's a great example that things will happen that you do not anticipate. And what you must do is you must change, or you must try to figure out what went wrong. The same message can apply to your life. Every human life has many things that go wrong in it. Many anticipated changes come. Sometimes it is grief, sometimes it is something to do with your business or the way that you earn a living. Sometimes it is having a family member that is a problem. Perhaps one of your family members have turned to drugs, and you know how that story is going to end in advance if you can't get them to change. So life is full of uncertainties. Of that, there is no doubt. The greatest uncertainty in your life is how many days you have left in it. Your soul life, there's no uncertainty there. You know that your soul life has everlasting life, has been around since creation, and will be around for infinite amount of time in the future. So there are things that you can count on. You can count on me. I never change. I bring you messages that will help you. I always tell you the truth. When I bring a message, it is something that you can trust. It is a message for all religions. I'm not just talking to Christians, although my name, Christ, was given to Christianity. I was actually raised in the Jewish faith. Of course, that didn't go well at the end, but the Jews are wonderful people. I love them. They are the foundation that we built Christianity upon. My early disciples spoke basically to members of the Jewish faith. Some responded very positively and joined the movement. Some feared me, and of course, you know how that ended. I wound up on the cross, a very difficult death. But all of you certainly remember my death. You know what I did. And then I resurrected, the greatest miracle that ever took place for humans. So everything in my life had a plan. Everything in your life has a plan. You just may not realize what it is. Being God, I had the advantage of understanding what my life plan was, and I followed it. You have no idea really what your life plan is, but you do know that the strength of your life plan is in laying a foundation of faith and following the words that I speak. Today, you have the opportunity to hear a true miracle. Many people say they've never heard or seen a miracle, and that's why they can't believe in God. Well, they simply have never tried and never tuned in or never attempted to hear my words. The whole Christian movement is in many ways a miracle. Stop and think how few followers I had at the time of my death. And from those few followers, there are billions and billions of people that follow my words. So the mere fact that Christianity exists, that is truly a miracle. So you see, there are many miracles. It's just a matter of finding them and understanding them when you see them. Hearing my words is truly a miracle. The fact that Barry can speak my words is a miracle. The fact that he can speak the words of other spirits, other followers of mine, other people that we sent back. And we have sent back many people through the ages. I can name a few: Muhammad, Buddha, Moses. Oh, I could go on and on with people that I've sent back. St. Augustine, Through the ages, there have been many people. Martin Luther, a great man, he created the offshoots of Christianity that are so followed today. The Reverend Billy Graham, he spoke my words and millions came to me through him. So you see, there's a long path of people that have been sent back to follow my words. Those of you that are listening have been sent back to follow, to spread my words. Sometimes it's a very difficult path, as you know. Many people reject my words. They say that there's no way that God can be speaking through Barry. They say that there's no way that his books are telling the truth. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is all true. Everything that he has done is designed to be a foundation for anyone that wants to listen, a foundation for anyone that wants to hear. My words are the one true foundation in life. They're something you can count on. He just finished the story of my life up to when my ministries began. When I was born, only my parents, my family knew that I was special. No one was taking notes. We had to arrange through prophecy for the wise men to show up so that my family would have the funds they needed to escape and to save my life. We did what was necessary. We did everything in my life plan that was necessary for me to succeed, and I followed that life plan. Many of you are asking, am I doing what is right? Am I following my life plan? Am I doing all I can to bring the words of God to as many people as possible? Well, the sad fact is everyone can do more and everyone can do less. Those of you that are listening have chosen to hear my words. Those of you that are listening are blessed every week. Those of you that are listening are usually feeling my energy as I speak to you because you are special. Those of you who take time every week to hear my words, that is what I want. That is why you were sent back. And that is why I still come to you. When we started speaking on a weekly basis, we felt that it was going to just be a short-term thing. But I've decided to continue it, even though many of you hear the same words week after week. But sometimes it is necessary to repeat oneself. You see, the human mind sometimes does not grasp everything it is said to it. It has to listen multiple times to words to understand it. And those of you who listen understand that I'm always bringing you the same message, but I'm bringing it to you in different ways. My message is so simple. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You hear that every week, and I'm sure that has sunk into all of you, and you understand the simplicity of that message. Basically, all foundations of religions are built upon that simple message. Religions speak of me in different ways. You may call me by different names, Allah, God, Spirit, Source. I really don't care how you refer to me. But what I care about is that you truly believe that there is this eternal energy, this energy of God. And on other planets, when they refer to me, they don't call me God. They call me many different names as well. So you see, how you refer to me is not important. But the fact that you believe in me, that is what is truly very important. Spreading my words. People have been doing that for thousands of years. My words have been ignored for thousands of years, and they've been followed for thousands of years. That is why Christianity exists today. All of the offshoots, all of the religions, the Catholic Church, Baptists, all of the faiths that truly exist. But very few of them understand truly what my message is. You have the opportunity to hear it. You know that your fate in heaven, your judgment, depends on how you live your life. You all know that you're going directly to heaven upon passing. You all know that your passing and entrance into heaven is not dependent on any religion. It is simply dependent on how you live your life, what you do, how you follow my words. That is what is truly important. It is vital that you listen to the simplicity of my message. It does not have to be complicated. When I spoke to the people in life, I never spoke in parables or different ways. People always understood what I was saying. Keep in mind, I was speaking to the uneducated, the poor, those those who did not have educations. My followers, there were some that could read and write, but I had many that never even knew how to sign their name. I had many that were wonderful people, but they did not have the privilege of education, so I had to speak simply to them. They understood what I said because I never complicated it. I said, "Live a good life and you will join me in heaven." They loved that idea. I described heaven to them. Of course, I could not tell them all of the things in heaven because heaven is truly not something that anyone, even I, can truly describe in all of its aspects. Heaven is simply another dimension. It's all around you, but it is a controlled dimension. Once you come here, there are different levels, different energy sources, many things are so different. There's no time. So there's no hustle and bustle as you experience in a human life. But in a human life, your time is extremely short compared to your eternal life. It's not even a blink in the eye because you have been around. You've been around since creation. You've lived many lives. You've followed many life plans. In some lives, you've failed. In some lives, you've done wonderfully. And all of this has come together when you returned home and your guides told you precisely what you did, how you lived your life, how many people you helped. And they also tell you how many people you hurt. Because the whole idea is that when you return again, you will not repeat the bad lessons. You will repeat the good lessons, the ones that you have learned. There are many people in the upper levels that have served me many, many times through multiple lifetimes. You're hearing the words of one now. Barry and Connie have served me many lifetimes, just the same as many of you that listen have served me many lifetimes as well. I want all of you to know how much I truly love every individual that returns. I may not like every individual, the evil people, the dictators, they're not following their life plans. Evil is never in a life plan. That is learned. There truly are evil energies, but there is no hell. If you follow evil energies, you're not going to this hell that the church has created. That was simply meant to make people come to the institution, to give them money, to do what all the things that that institution wanted them to do. When people fear, they will follow. I wish it was true that when people love and have nothing to fear, that they would follow with the same rapidity that they follow things like money, things like greed, all of the things that lead you astray. Now, money doesn't exist in heaven. So anyone that's listening that has great wealth, you're not taking it with you. Use that money, especially towards the end of your life, to help others. Now, I want you to be able to live well, and I want you to enjoy life and do all the good things that you would like to do. But the extremes that people of great wealth are going to today is not exactly what I have in mind. Stop and think what would happen to world poverty if all of the truly rich people used that money to help others, to feed the hungry. Today, there's many young people that cannot even afford to eat. You can see images of people going through garbage dumps, eating trash, leftovers that should never even be touched, let alone consumed. I would like all of the wealthy people that take time to listen in to pay attention to what I just said. I want you to help others. I do not want you to live a life of poverty. I do not want you to do things that harm others. But I want you to use the assets that you have. The asset that you truly have is time. So I want you to use the time that you have left to help others, to do all the things that I speak of. You will find that when you change a person's life, there is no greater feeling, no greater happiness in your own soul. When you help another person, you are helping yourself, because helping yourself by living the life and doing my wishes, that brings you to heaven, and that brings you to a wonderful judgment. When you come to heaven, you will find out if you lived up to my expectations or whether you did not. Many people don't. Many people choose evil. Many people, especially the dictators of the world, all they want is power. Many people that run businesses, all they want is money and power. They don't use that wealth to help. You see people that are making incredible amounts of money, and they turn their back on others. Well, when they come here and they choose their life in the future and they have to return, then others will turn their backs upon them, and they will know truly the grief of what they caused. Now, I do not want to scare you. I want you to not fear me in any way. I never taught the fear of God. That was something the churches came up with. You do not fear the wrath of God, because I have no wrath. I only have love, and there's nothing to fear in love. Now, you should fear what you're doing to yourself. You see, I never do anything to you. I give you guidance. I send you my angels. I send you my spirits. I do all of the things that I can do to have you use your free will to help you throughout your life. You see, free will is either the greatest asset or it's the greatest danger to your life. I tell you this often because I want you to understand. I want you to understand the sincerity of what I say when I tell you it is totally up to you. How you live your life is your own decision. What you do with the time that I have given you is your own decision. You will never know how long you have. So I keep saying, use your time to advantage. Do not waste a moment of the precious time that you are given. It is very difficult because many people fear death. If you don't believe in me, you think that death is the end. You think that, well, I don't know what you think, but you certainly don't know the joys of knowing that death is the greatest day that you will ever have in your life, because that is the day you return home. Those that stay behind, they feel great grief at losing you. If you've been a really, truly good person, they will feel great grief. If you've helped others, there will be many that grieve for you. Grief is a terrible emotion. I felt it. I lost family members when I walked the earth, and I know truly what humans feel in grief. But time is the greatest asset to heal grief. But you must know that you've done all that you can do. And once a person passes to heaven, they are still with you. They're just in another dimension. They may be sitting next to you as you're hearing these words and you have no idea. But I can tell you that love does not die just because the soul dies. The soul never dies. The human body dies. I spoke wrong there. Love can be even greater when the person is on the other side because they watch. They know whether you are grieving, whether you're hurting yourself through grief. They know if that grief is destroying your life, and it's possible. But what that soul wants on the other side is for you to move on. Never fear that that soul is with you. Never fear that that soul no longer loves you, or that that soul is in hell, whatever that should be. But when a soul watches you grieve, when a soul watches you deeply in grief and it is affecting your life, it is affecting them on the other side as well. They want you to move on, to love, to continue to live your life, continue to serve me. So there are many problems with a human life, and that is the way it is supposed to be. But you have the power to overcome all bad things in your life. Follow my words, my simple words. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, I'm going to add something else to that today. I want you to all know that the soul in heaven is in a far better place and is living an existence where nothing will harm them. Even the bad souls, the ones that have terrorized others, they're in lower levels, but their soul is safe in that level. When you come to heaven, you are in a far better place, a place I cannot describe because of its grandeur. So go forth, tell others of the great good words that I speak. Let them know that love is forever. Let them know that hatred can also be forever as well. Do not hate. You can dislike, but never hate, because hate destroys you. So I am glad that we're alive and speaking again. I'm glad that my words are being heard once more. So thank you so much. Tell your friends, do all of the great things that you do each and every day. Continue to love. That is the key to happiness. So I'm blessing all of you as I always do, especially those of you that are so devout in your attention to my words. Goodbye, and we'll be back again next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell others. Do not be frustrated. There will be those that do take time to listen. Goodbye, and have a blessed week, because how can you do otherwise when you're hearing my words? Goodbye. Okay. Well, he was saving up while I was gone, wasn't he? The words are incredible every week. I'm so happy to be able to bring them to you and to continue doing what I'm doing. I do not know how much time I have, but I will use it to the best of my ability to serve him. So goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell others. Come hear all of the words. We'll be expanding our shows in the near future as I complete this terrible moving operation. So goodbye, and thank you so much.